Happy birthday, John.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I have 2 grandchildren in college, and when they try to get a job, they were denied because they were white, they were dark, and they were not LGBTQ. Help us out. How do these kids get jobs they want or go in college?
Well, I would phrase this question like this, Premier. DEI ran off the rails, and you've asked your ministers to fix that. Do you want to touch on it?
Well, you'll see a little bit more coming in the fall, but we certainly don't think that the kind of mandatory training in ideological subjects should be a requirement in universities and shouldn't be a requirement in our professional colleges. We're calling it the Peterson Law, the Jordan Peterson Law, because he had retraining because of his because he had some mean tweets against Trudeau. But I think that's what a lot of young people are running up against, is that they feel like they have to hide their own views to be able to get the grades in school. I've heard of kids who feel that they have to write papers from a certain perspective in order to get a higher marks, and it shouldn't be that way, because that makes a big difference in being able to get the referrals that you need to be able to get those first jobs as well. So we know that there's a linkage there, but I still think at the baseline, when I look at my own history, I started off babysitting my kids, or my siblings, and then someone down the street knew that I was a babysitter, so I started babysitting for them, and then they gave me a reference so I could work at the bingo hall, and then they gave me a reference so I could work at McDonald's, and then they gave me a reference so I could work at a Cannery Row seafood restaurant, and then I was off to the races in getting into university. And so I bet every single one of us has a story of what our first job was. Imagine being in your 20s and not having a first story of your first job. Imagine just how much you've missed out on in the things that you need to learn. And so that's why we really think it's very, very important to send that message. Let's get these young people attached to a first job. They'll learn some things, they'll learn some skills that will be able to help them as they get into college and beyond.